Okay, so for the braiding pattern, I'm using this clip from a tutorial I've done before. So first I make a middle part and then I make a pattern from ear to ear. This will now give me 3 sections, and this just makes the hairstyle easier to navigate. So in the front sections, I'm going to be doing the single braids, and in the back I'm doing the cornrows. So starting with the single braids, I'm going to get some gel to just clean up that part in the middle. And then I'm going to make another pattern next to that middle part, and this is going to be the first row of braids I'm making. So I'm going to tie the rest of my hair away so that it doesn't get in my way. So I'm tying the hair on both sides of this pattern, and then I'm going to add some more gel, and I'm going to start making the braids. The reason I have to show you this clip is because I had twisting before this, and I was doing my hair quite late in the evening, and I kind of just wanted to do it and get out of the way. So I undid the twists in the back section and left the twists in the front because I was going to reuse the parts. And so I started off by actually doing the cornrows first, and then I just redid the braids at the front but keeping the same parts. And to be honest, it just looked too messy to show, so I just thought, let me just show you this clip from a previous tutorial where I'm basically doing the same thing. Okay, so now we're starting with the cornrows. We've done the braids now. So I'll make a pattern from the middle of the first row of the braids, and this pattern's going to go around my nape to the other side, and then I tie the rest of the hair away. I'm going to be making upward cornrows, so I'm going to make a pattern going upwards, clip the rest of my hair away, and then I'm going to start cornrowing upwards. This is because we're not doing single braids all over the head, but when I tie it up, I want it to still look like there's braids, like single braids to the back of my head. So that's why we're doing these braids going upwards, and I just keep doing that around the nape. So here I'm starting the next pattern going upwards. I'm going to clip the rest of my hair away and then cornrow that going upwards. And so I just keep repeating until I get to the other side. Then altogether I did 8 upward cornrows. Now we're going to be making downward cornrows, and they're going to join to the upward cornrows that we just did. So here's the first section, and as I braid it down, I'm attaching the upward cornrows that are beside it. So that first downward cornrow is now attached to the 3 upward cornrows on the side, or the 2. Then I'm going to make another pattern, and I'm using the middle of the braid at the front as reference point of where to start making my downward pattern. So I just keep repeating all across, attaching the end of the previous braid to the braid that I'm currently doing. So I'll always add in the previous braid to the current braid I'm doing, and I only add the upwards cornrows if they are around the braid that I'm doing. So you see how they're all joined together? And when I've done all the braids, I'm going to use a latch hook to tuck in the end braid into our other cornrows. If you're a returning viewer, you know that we've done this many times in my tutorials. So that's it all done now. The braiding pattern is now complete. So now let's install our extensions. Like I said, it's late, so it's not new. Anyway, so we're using Ywigs crochet extensions. Today we're using Water Wave in 12 inches, doing a short style. I'm sure you know it's the thread in the middle that keeps the hair secure into a braid. So starting at the back, I'm just going to push my latch hook through my cornrow and then make a knot. Just like that. And I'll just continue doing that. And I like to do it 1 cornrow at a time. Like I like to complete 1 whole cornrow before I jump to another one, because I think that just makes it go quicker. So I just keep doing that, covering everywhere until I am done, and it starts to look a little something like this. And like I said, I was tired, so it's not looking the neatest. I had been working on clients all day before I started doing my hair, and I didn't even plan to do it, but I just wanted to get it done. And surprisingly, this was actually very quick. You can see that I'm standing during this. It was a very quick hairstyle to do because I'm not doing the miracle knots all over my head. And now I'm just redoing the braided parts that I had before, and instead of crocheting these extensions in, I'm actually gonna braid it in. So first I braided my natural hair a little bit, and then I added the crochet extensions. And then when I get to the end of my natural hair, I split one of the crochet strands into two so that I now have 3 strands of the crochet hair. And then I just continue braiding down. And I braid down far enough until I feel like I won't unravel. And now I'm just going to crochet a couple extensions throughout the braid. So now I've done the rest of the braids, looking much neater now. And this is basically all the hair installed now. Like the install is done, and it did not take long. But it is pretty late, so I didn't style the hair until the next day. Gorgeous, isn't it? Crochet can do anything. So it's the next day now. I had a client in the morning, and now I'm ready to style my hair. So I did this in sections, 2 sections. Just gonna tie that top section away. Cute. So first I'll start by spraying with a water and conditioner mix, getting the hair really wet and even brushing it through. I really want the curls to come out cute, so I'm really getting the hair wet, avoiding any dry sections. And when I brush through, I kind of follow through with my finger, so I'm slicking it down. This is to make it go into like every strand. So here's what it's looking like now with just water and conditioner. Really gorgeous. So now I'm going to go in with some conditioner. I'm just going to apply it with my hands before I start brushing it through. And again, I like to slick or put my finger behind the bristle so that I'm slicking the hair. And doing this also allows you to not have to finger coil, which can sometimes feel a bit long. And I'm really making sure I put effort into this so I don't have to redo this routine every day. Like, this should last me a week. So there's the conditioner done, and now I'm going to add some mousse. And I'm adding it in the exact same way. I apply it with my hands before I start brushing it in. And that's that section done. I'm loving how it's looking. So now I've got to move on to the top section, and I'm just repeating all the steps. So I spray water and conditioner, brush it through, add conditioner, brush it through, add mousse, and brush it through, and that's it done. I am loving this short look, you know. I think it's so pretty. And as I edit this, I think I've had it in for about a week already. Oh yes, I'm also going to add some Divine Shine Serum just to add a bit of shine. So I'm just adding it on my fingers. Oh, and by the way, this serum smells so good, so nice. But yeah, that is really all that's to it. Oh, look at the curls, they're so nice. This is definitely a favorite style of mine. I love it. It's so cute, and I just love how quick it was to do. And I love how the curls look. Again, this is Ywigs Burmese Curly in 12 inches. I'm a fan. But that is it for this tutorial. I hope it was helpful. I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.